Hey guys, welcome back to the Sinspop channel. So I decided to do a winter sports edition today. For those who are wondering about starting winter sports, if you're just starting out, cotton, it's definitely not a good choice for attire. Never. But it's cool. For this week's deck profile, of course, we are going to talk about Broly. However, it's not going to be the yellow Broly because I do not have enough time to test out the deck yet. It's so easy to proxy. I'm still trying to get the cards because I live in Europe. Hopefully anybody with the connection, please let me know. I already made some orders. I don't mind having more. So give me some time. I'm definitely gonna come up with the yellow Broly because Broly is my favorite character when it comes to the Dragon Ball Super. Not Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball itself, right? Also, Broly is the card that makes me start the game. So this is gonna be the Shenron Broly deck. I love the deck so far. It's been performing pretty good. I took some time, like a week or two, playing it, and to optimize the deck. That's what I usually do before any deck profile shows up here. So this is my take, my variants on it. Let's see each other after the short intro. Welcome back. We're gonna talk about the deck. As you can see, there are a lot of green cards. The reason why it's because I tend to like to make decks that are kind of mono color. This amount of black card is kind of pushing my style. However, the deck is I don't really have a choice, right? So okay, so we're gonna play 6 Dragon Ball. So this is basically if your leader is Shenron, you drop a card and then you draw a card, and we're gonna play one star ball. And what he does is that you draw a card, and then you choose one card to drop it into your drop area. Your opponent also drops it in the drop area. We're gonna play 4 of this Power Burst Negate. Basically, he is a negate that negates the attack. We're not gonna have any black cards to put it into our hands, unfortunately, but what's good about him is that you can afford to tap out, and it makes your opponent very difficult to see how to take you on because they can't really calculate your energy. You do have the ability to tap out and negate. And 2 Dragon Radar, usually this I use it just to draw 2 cards because you take 2 Dragon Balls into your hands, you put it into drop area, draw 2. Basically it's a draw 2. That's what I do. Seldom did I go for a Child Wish or World Peace because the draw power, it's kind of substantial enough for you to do that anyway. So for super combos, and so as you can see from the deck, right? What is important here is the main cards is hand destruction. So what you want to do is you want to hand destruct the people. So very importantly, if you take a look, there are only 2 ways that you could attack. This is one of the things that I make some changes to the deck because I realized that if I don't draw any Broly, the only person that could attack everybody is Pan. So that's a really bad stuff because of course you can swing with the rest of the cards, right? But however, it is so important for you to kind of keep them alive so that you kind of slowly grind your opponents down. For example, like Spirited Surge Pan, what she does is that you get to play her for 2 energy, and you get to bring out Spirited Surge as his Trunks. Seldom I use his ability like 5 or more, choose up to 2 Dragon Ball and from your deck, and then you place it into drop area. This is something I seldom use. Let me bring this closer. This is something I seldom use. The reason why is because when you do that, even though it helps you to awaken faster, you don't really have the opportunity to draw the cards. That's what you want to do. You want to dump cards into your drop area and then you get to draw the cards. However, it does not, even though technically because you take it from your deck and you put it into drop area, you don't really, what is that thing called? You don't really diminish in your hand size. Your hand size stays the same. However, the difference is that you don't really thin out your deck. This is something that you want to do. The thinner your deck is, the easier for you to draw the right cards in your hands, because the options are just so much more limited. Alright, and especially if you're playing with the Shenron Dragon Ball, there is no need to. You will awaken by turn 3 usually. That is a very, very high probability. So when you play her, swing with her, activate main, then go and bring him out. So when your life is 4 or less, he is a utility card that you want to keep in your battle area, and if your opponent doesn't take him out, that's a huge mistake, because every single turn, you can do it once per turn, you can choose either a Child Wish or a World Peace and bring it back into your hands. So you could just keep on spamming Child Wish and World Peace, and you just keep on doing that. Kind of like a note on how to play this. Usually Child Wish, how I do Child Wish is I hardcast it, unless it's like turn 2 or turn 3, that if you're already awakened, you could do it 2 times and use him to bring back into hands. Then World Peace is usually Val Shenron, because you could literally get him for free, right? Sorry about my nose, it's cold. Yep. So that's basically the deck. What you want to do, this is such a great card honestly in the deck, because you could use him as a Child Wish, bring him out. He slows the opponent down so much, and your opponent would want to combo. There's 2 things that this guy does, right? So for people who are new, who doesn't really know this card, he is a 3-cost blocker, Revenge. So when this card is attacked, you KO the attacking card after the battle. Take note that because it didn't say choose, this ability affects barrier cards. So if they swing with their barrier card, you use this to block, everything will die at the end of the battle. However, the very, very powerful part about this card is that when this card KOs your opponent's battle card, switch this card to active mode. So it does 2 things. It forces your opponent, even though he has to lose that card, if he forces your opponent to even combo more, so that to make sure this card is dead. Because if he's swinging at a 20, he's swinging with a 20k or 25k, and you use this to block, he wants to prevent you from doing a combo so that he restands it. However, if you're playing with this deck, he can come back with Child Wish the next turn. So he is one of your best target that you can do, right? The thing that you want to do with this deck is that you want to use Child Wish with Broly, come out, pop. If you have 2 energy, use 2 energy, evolve him, and then when a card is evolved into this card, your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hands, and then they places down into the drop area. Whereas if you have energy to spend, evolve onto this. This is so disgusting, because the difference between this and this is that he evolved for 3, he evolved for 2. On top of this guy, of course, what he does is that you choose the 2 cards instead. Of course, it's a blind choice, but you still get the you take that ability away from your opponent. What I usually do when I have a round where I can discard, for example, if you have already Anilaza on the board, what Anilaza does is that when your opponent combos, they choose 1 card from their hand and drop it into their drop area, right? I usually try to apply pressure. Pressure opponent. Then, because usually when your opponent are given a this is just psychological, right? This is just behavioral. If your opponent are given like an opportunity to discard, what they would discard is the least useful cards in their hands into the drop area. That is what most people would do, right? So do it in such a way that you force your opponent to discard things. So for example, if he needs a 5k, he discards something which is 5k, which is not important to him. Then evolve onto him. Then this is the guy who will destroy it, because now you kind of thin out his hands in that sense, so that he discards things that he doesn't need, and then you go in, you take 2 cards, and then you put it into the drop area. Then you have a higher chance of hitting cards that would disrupt their next turn play. You might not destroy him, but rest assured that you disable your opponent. That's really, really nice. Of course, this card looks so beautiful also, right? Okay, so it is very important for you to have this card. This is a very, very important card because you will try to not hard cast him. There's two ways to bring your stuff into your drop area, which is either you use him to combo, to not aggressively combo, defensively combo, and then you put it into your drop area. But if you're playing against Shenron, they are not gonna hit, so you will use a 1-star ball to bring him into your drop area. Then use a Child Wish for 2 energy, or with him, just to do it in such a way that you push your opponent to overrun your opponent, right? Overwhelm your opponent. When you play this card, your opponent chooses one of their battle cards and KO it. They cannot choose their barrier card, so they have to choose one of their cards to KO it. This is not the ultimate box. The ultimate box is so much better. However, this is not Broly. You can't play the ultimate box one. You can't. So this is the guy that you want. Play him out. Your opponent chooses one to KO. Tap 2 energy. Evolve on top of this guy. Yep. Then swing with a 20k double strike. This is what you do. The last one is this guy. Rampaging Super Saiyan Broly. Is it a good card? No. It's actually a very bad card. But I'm just playing him because nobody really expects that this guy is gonna come. You're not gonna hard cast him. You could cheat him out with World Peace when you're at 6 energy. When the game advances into 6 energy, that means the game is almost over. World Peace him out, and then use him to give him triple attack, triple strike. Try to end the game with a 30k. That's all. I've never played this card, so if you're gonna take this card out and then try to put in maybe one more of this guy, I will blame you. I'm just putting it there for the spice, right? So that's that. This is take note that for him, you could bring him out also. So, but I usually use him to untap 2 energy and to draw 1 card. So just to help you with the card draw, right? So this is basically the deck. I have a lot of fun playing it, and if I didn't do a good job explaining this, what I did is I tried to avoid talking about all the other cards, right? Make this like a deck profile super long. I just want to keep it as easy as possible. Alright, so this is the deck. I hope you like it. I enjoyed it very, very much. I'm gonna work on the yellow Broly leader soon, so enjoy, and let's see each other after let's see each other in the next video. Yeah, ciao, bye.